What are the benefits of doing deadlift isometric pull followed by some explosive jumps? Okay, so when you're looking at, and what you're trying to ask me is, contrast training. This is what we call contrast training, or some people call it post-activation potentiation. That's a phenomenon where you recruit maximal motor units with the same movement pattern, and then you use that particular movement pattern and do an explosive movement with that to allow for more power to be established. The main thing that you're going to increase is motor unit recruitment with that neural firing. You're also going to increase rate coding, and that's basically the rate of which that neural firing occurs. Okay, that form of contrast training helps develop explosiveness. It helps develop increases in strength, power, max velocity or peak velocity, peak force. And also, you'll be working through the entire force velocity curve. So again, if I'm doing an isometric contraction, I'm putting maximal force into a particular position, which is going to get me stronger throughout the entire range, 15 degrees up or down. Now I take that same position and I go unload it and I do an explosive movement with that. That's going to allow me to be explosive and have more power output in that position. Right now, what I do it with a deadlift, whether it be a trap bar or a regular barbell, I'm pulling into triple extension. So when you're talking about triple extension from a fighting perspective, that's going to be your blast doubles, that's going to be your takedowns. And if you're looking at it from a kinetic linkage perspective, I still need some type of extension in my hips to produce power with my shots or my strikes. So all of that comes into play. We're using this getting closer to the fight because it is more sport specific and it's more speed of that sport. So it also shows to increase long-term improvements in peak force, peak velocity. And with that being said, that's going to carry over from a dynamic correspondence to the fight game itself. So we don't have to get too specific. We don't have to get too simulated, quote unquote. But we want to enhance triple extension. We want to enhance the strength and the overall power production of the posterior chain. So that's definitely going to help you when you're talking about from a fighting perspective, but just as an athletic standpoint, it's definitely beneficial.